Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night to a comforting weight on your chest? You open your eyes to find two glowing embers in the dark, followed by a soft, rhythmic purr. There she is again, your cat, curled into a ball, fast asleep right on top of you. For most of us, this feels like the ultimate sign of love and trust. But have you ever wondered what's actually behind this adorable habit? Why, of all the spots in the house, does she choose your bed, and more often than not you? The answer is far more complex and fascinating than you might think. In this video, we're going to uncover the secrets behind this behaviour, and I promise some of them will truly surprise you. You'll discover it's not just about wanting to be close, it's a sophisticated blend of instinct, psychology, and even a bit of clever calculation. So, get comfortable and get ready to see your sleepy companion in a whole new light. Before we dive into the details, let's take a step back and look at where it all began. The ancestors of our feline friends were solitary hunters by nature. They prized their independence and their territory above all else. However, thousands of years of domestication changed the game. Cats learned to live alongside humans, finding clear benefits in the partnership: food, shelter, and protection. Yet those ancient instincts never truly vanished. They simply adapted to a new environment. Understanding this dual nature, part wild predator, part domestic companion, is the key to decoding their behaviour. When your cat sleeps with you, she isn't just showing affection built over centuries of living together. She's acting on impulses rooted deep in the wild. It's this unique mix of instinct and adaptation that makes her choice of a sleeping spot so multifaceted. So let's find out exactly what ancient and modern motives are driving your favourite feline. First and foremost, the most obvious reason is the search for warmth. This is a fundamental survival instinct inherited from their wild ancestors. You see, a cat's normal body temperature is actually higher than ours, usually sitting between 38 and 39 degrees Celsius. Maintaining that heat takes a lot of energy, especially during sleep when their metabolism slows down. Your body, with its steady temperature, acts like the perfect always-on radiator. By curling up next to you, or even right on top of you, your cat is saving precious energy they'd otherwise have to spend on staying warm. To them, you're basically a giant, cozy, and safe heating pad. Imagine a cold night. A cat will instinctively seek out the warmest spot in the house, and more often than not, that's your bed, or more specifically, you. This is especially true for short-haired breeds or senior cats who have a harder time regulating their body heat. So, when your pet snuggles up close, they're simply following an ancient instinct to conserve energy. Another powerful motivator is the fundamental need for security. In the wild, sleep is the most vulnerable time for any animal, as a predator could strike at any moment. Even though your home is a far cry from the jungle, this survival instinct remains incredibly deep-seated in cats. To them, you are a large, reliable, and protective member of their pride. Your presence, the steady rhythm of your breathing, and the beat of your heart creates a profound sense of safety. Your cat knows, on a subconscious level, that they are under your protection. You are, in essence, their bodyguard. They trust you enough to let their guard down completely and sink into a deep sleep, knowing you're there to watch over them. This is the ultimate expression of trust. If your cat sleeps with their back turned toward you, don't take it as a sign of indifference. On the contrary, it means they are absolutely certain that you have their back. They are literally trusting you with their life. Keep that in mind the next time they curl up beside you. Let's talk about the sense of smell. For a cat, the world is primarily defined by scent. While humans have about 5 million olfactory receptors, cats have around 200 million. To them, smell is more than just a fragrance. It's information, identity, and a deep source of comfort. Your body carries a scent that is unique, familiar, and most importantly, soothing. To your cat, that aroma means home, food, affection, and safety. When your cat curls up next to you, they are essentially immersing themselves in a cloud of your scent. It works like aromatherapy, melting away their stress and helping them relax. With every breath, their brain receives a clear signal. Everything is okay. I'm home. I'm safe. This is why you'll often find them napping on your laundry or your side of the bed, even when you're not there. They are seeking out your scent just to feel at ease. Being right next to the source of that smell, next to you, is the ultimate state of peace and relaxation for them. Now here's a reason that might bruise your ego just a little. When your cat curls up in bed with you, it isn't just a sign of affection, it's actually a display of territorial behaviour. Cats are deeply territorial creatures. They mark their surroundings with scent to claim what's theirs. They have special scent glands on their faces, their paws, and at the base of their tails that release pheromones. So, when your cat rubs against you or falls asleep on top of you, they're leaving their signature scent behind. It's their way of telling other animals, and maybe even other humans, this is my person. They are part of my territory. To your cat, you aren't just a friend. You're a vital, high-value resource that needs to be claimed. Don't take it the wrong way, though. This is simply how cats organise their world and define their place in it. Your bed is the heart of their kingdom, and you're the most important feature in it. By sharing your bed, they are reinforcing their claim and solidifying their status in the home. So yes, they love you, but they're also making it crystal clear that you belong to them. Now, let's get back to the good stuff, trust. When your cat chooses to sleep with you, it's one of the ultimate signs of love and confidence. As we've mentioned, sleep is a state of total vulnerability. By picking you as their bedmate, your cat is showing that they trust you implicitly. They feel completely safe, knowing you won't startle them or do anything to cause them harm. This kind of bond doesn't happen overnight. It's built over time through hundreds of small moments, like feeding them, playing together, or just speaking in a gentle voice. Every positive interaction strengthens your connection, and sleeping together is the culmination of that relationship. It's your cat's way of saying, I know I'm safe with you, so I can finally let my guard down. It's especially meaningful if your cat sleeps with their belly exposed. Since that's their most vulnerable spot, showing it to you is a sign of absolute, unconditional trust. It's a massive compliment from your pet, and it's something truly special to be cherished. Now, let's look at an aspect that is especially relevant to female cats, the maternal instinct. In nature, mother cats sleep in close contact with their kittens to provide warmth, protection, and a sense of security. Even if your cat has never had a litter of her own, this instinct remains deeply ingrained. She likely views you as a member of her family, her pride. In fact, she might even see you as a giant, somewhat clumsy, but dearly loved kitten who needs looking after. When she comes to you at night, she's checking to make sure you're okay, offering her warmth and keeping watch. It's her way of showing care and tenderness. She may even try to groom you, licking your hair or skin, just as she would her own kittens. This behaviour is often even stronger if you've had her since she was very small. She has transferred her early attachments to you, meaning that in her eyes, you are both her parent and her baby at the same time. It's a complex but deeply touching expression of feline love. Another major reason is, quite simply, a search for attention. Contrary to the common stereotype, cats are actually highly social animals who crave interaction. During the day, you're often busy with work or chores, so you might not have as much time for them as they'd like, but at night, you're finally still, relaxed, and available. By curling up next to you, your cat is securing your proximity for hours on end. They know that the moment you wake up, they'll be the first thing you see and pet. It's their way of reserving your undivided attention. Plus, let's be honest, many cats are master manipulators. They know exactly how to use a soft purr and a cute, sleepy face to score some morning cuddles or even an early breakfast. Sleeping with you is a strategic move, ensuring they have front row access to your attention and resources. They aren't just sleeping, they're planning their morning. Now here's one of the most heartwarming reasons of all, the sound of your heartbeat and the rhythm of your breath. Back when your cat was just a tiny kitten, they would sleep curled up tight against their mother. They could hear her heart beating and feel the gentle vibrations of her purr. Those sounds meant safety. They meant comfort. When your cat lies on your chest today, they're looking for that same soothing, rhythmic thrum. Your heartbeat reminds them of that early sense of security and warmth. Even the steady rise and fall of your chest acts like a natural lullaby. These predictable, monotone sounds help them relax and drift off to sleep in no time. Essentially, you're a source of living white noise, creating the perfect atmosphere for a deep, peaceful nap. It's a profound sign of trust, a moment where the very sounds of your body mean home. It's a beautiful, intimate connection that shows just how much they truly love you. We shouldn't overlook their need for control. Cats are natural-born predators, and keeping an eye on their territory is instinctive. In most bedrooms, the bed is the highest point, the ultimate vantage point. By sleeping there, a cat maintains a strategic advantage. Even while dozing, she can monitor every entrance and exit, staying fully aware of her surroundings. It gives her a sense of security and power. She's the queen on her throne, and you've graciously provided it for her. Sleeping by your side on that elevated spot offers the perfect blend of the safety you provide and the tactical control she craves. She can finally relax while still remaining on duty. This is especially true for more dominant cats who want to stay at the top of the household hierarchy. In the end, her choice of a sleeping spot is just another way of asserting her status. A cat's adult behaviour is often deeply rooted in its kittenhood. If you adopted your cat when they were very small, right after they were weaned, you essentially became their surrogate parent. Think about how tiny kittens sleep. They huddle together in a cuddle puddle, pressing against their mother and siblings for warmth and a sense of security. This instinct for physical closeness is hardwired into their DNA. When a kitten enters your home, you become their new family. They look to you for the same comfort and protection they once found in their litter. If you let them sleep in your bed from the very beginning, that habit became their normal. They may be all grown up now, but the instinct remains exactly the same. They simply don't know any other way. To your cat, it's not just your bed. It's our bed. It's the designated spot where the family sleeps. That's why they continue to curl up next to you every single night. It's just the way things have always been. It's a deep-seated bond, a childhood habit that they've simply never outgrown. Many people think cats are nocturnal, but that's not actually true. They are what we call crepuscular, meaning they're naturally most active at dawn and dusk. However, domestic cats are incredibly adaptable. They have a remarkable ability to adjust their sleep patterns to match their owner's schedule. They see when you're busy during the day and when you're asleep at night. Over time, they start to sync their rest periods with yours. They do this because they want to spend more time with you while you're awake, and they want to avoid bothering you while you're resting. Sleeping with you is a big part of this adaptation. It's almost like they're thinking, if my human is going to bed, then it's time for me to settle down too. It helps them feel like a true part of your life and your daily routine. Of course, they might still have those sudden bursts of late-night energy, the famous midnight zoomies, but generally they try to sleep when you do. It's just more proof of how deep the bond between cats and humans can be, and how willing they are to change their natural rhythms just to live in harmony with us. There's a popular myth that cats are natural-born healers. Many believe they can sense exactly where it hurts and will curl up on that spot to cure you. But what's the real story? The truth is, cats actually do gravitate toward painful areas, but the reason is more about physics than mysticism. When a part of your body is inflamed or aching, it's usually slightly warmer than the rest, and since cats are absolute heat seekers, they simply track down the warmest spot on you to get comfortable. Whether it's a sore joint, an upset stomach, or a throbbing headache, that's where they'll settle. Of course, the result can still be therapeutic. A cat's body heat helps relax tight muscles and ease pain. Even their purring, which vibrates at specific frequencies, has been shown to lower stress and may even aid in tissue healing. So, while your cat may not be treating you intentionally, their instinct to stay warm can bring you genuine relief. It's just a lucky side effect of their love for heat. Cats are incredibly in tune with their owner's emotions. While they may not understand our words, they are masters at reading body language, tone of voice, and even the subtle chemical changes that happen in our bodies when we're stressed or sad. If you're upset, overwhelmed, or just exhausted, your cat feels it. Many owners notice that during difficult times, their pets become unusually affectionate or even a bit clingy. When your cat curls up beside you or climbs into your lap, it's not just looking for a warm spot. It's offering emotional support. It's their way of saying, "I'm here for you." A cat's presence, warmth, and steady purring have a profound calming effect. These simple comforts help lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone, while boosting oxytocin, the hormone responsible for happiness and bonding. This behavior is actually rooted in instinct. In a cat's mind, maintaining the stability of the pack is essential. If the leader, that's you, is struggling, it affects the well-being of the entire group. By comforting you, your cat is instinctively trying to fix the situation and restore harmony. It's a truly remarkable form of empathy that shows just how deep our bond with our pets can go. It's a common sight in many homes, a cat picking just one person as their absolute favourite. While there are no hard and fast rules, observations suggest that female cats in particular tend to form an especially close bond with one specific individual. Sometimes they're drawn to a woman, perhaps finding a sense of comfort in a maternal presence. Other times they might prefer a man, attracted to a deeper, calmer voice, or a more predictable way of moving. In the end, it's incredibly personal. It all comes down to the cat's unique personality and who in the family provides the most care, who feeds them, plays with them, and earns their trust. When a cat chooses to sleep right next to you, it's the ultimate seal of approval for that special connection. It means you are the person they feel safest with. If you're the one she's picked, consider it a true honour. You are officially her chosen one. Don't overlook the role of biology, specifically your cat's hormones. For unspayed females, behaviour can shift dramatically depending on their reproductive cycle. When a cat is in heat, she becomes far more affectionate, demanding, and vocal. She may constantly rub against you or the furniture, purr loudly, and try to spend every possible moment by your side, especially at night. This is her way of getting attention and marking her territory with her scent, which becomes much stronger during this period. If your cat is pregnant, her need for safety and comfort increases even more. She'll start searching for the perfect spot to build a nest, and your bed may seem like the ideal choice. Sleeping near you gives her that extra sense of security that every mother-to-be needs. So, if your cat has suddenly become unusually clingy at night, it might just be her hormones talking. Did you know cats can actually get jealous? It's true. When a new person or pet enters the home, your cat might see them as a threat to their status and your undivided attention. To a cat, you belong to them, and they aren't always willing to share. Sometimes that sudden urge to sleep in your bed is less about affection and more about possessiveness. They might wedge themselves right between you and your partner to create a literal divide, or climb on top of you just to show a new pet who's really in charge. It's their way of claiming territory and saying, "This is my spot and I'm not giving it up." While it might seem harmless, this kind of behaviour needs clear boundaries, so everyone in the house feels secure. You need to show your cat they're still loved, while making sure they know where the limits are. After all, what looks like a sweet snuggle could actually be a subtle power struggle. Cats are creatures of habit. They thrive on routine and predictability, and even small changes in their environment can be a major source of stress. Daily rituals give them a sense of stability and control over their lives, and sleeping with you is often one of the most important rituals of all. Think of it as a chain of events: dinner, evening playtime, you heading to the bedroom, and finally settling down together. Your cat relies on this rhythm. It makes them feel safe. They know that once you're in bed, they can curl up in their favourite spot and rest easy. If you suddenly break this routine, Say, by closing the bedroom door, they might scratch or meow. It's not necessarily out of loneliness. It's because the natural order of things has been disrupted. To a cat, this consistency is just as vital as their morning meal. These shared moments strengthen your bond and reassure them that their world is stable and secure. Ultimately, those nightly visits are simply another way your cat expresses their love for order. Let's look at this from a purely pragmatic standpoint. Your cat is a sharp, calculating creature, always looking to upgrade her living situation. Think about it. Your bed is likely the softest, warmest, and most comfortable spot in the entire house, filled with plush pillows and cozy blankets. Plus, it comes with a built-in source of heat and security. You, from a cat's perspective, choosing any other place to sleep would be a total lapse in judgment. Why settle for a drafty floor or a stiff rug when she can stay at a 5-star, all-inclusive resort? It's a rational choice, driven by a natural instinct for comfort and survival. Now, that doesn't mean she doesn't love you, but we shouldn't forget that many of her choices are based on simple, logical calculation. She's a true connoisseur of comfort, a sybarite at heart. You've inadvertently created the perfect sanctuary, so it's really no wonder she's taking full advantage of it. As cats age, their behaviour begins to shift. While young cats are usually active and independent, senior pets often require a bit more love and attention. Over time, their sight and hearing may fade, and stiff joints can make moving around more difficult. For them, the world can start to feel like a more confusing and unpredictable place. During this stage of life, the bond they share with you becomes more important than ever. They aren't just looking for warmth, they're seeking comfort, protection, and a sense of safety. Sleeping by your side gives an older cat the security they might feel they're missing during the day. Your presence is incredibly soothing and helps ease the anxieties that come with aging. It could also be a simple matter of comfort. As jumping onto high surfaces becomes harder, your bed might be the most accessible and cozy spot in the house. If a cat that used to prefer sleeping alone suddenly starts curling up in your bed, it's often a sign that they're getting older. Embrace this change with patience and give them the extra care and affection they need during their golden years. We've covered many of the sweet and heartwarming reasons why cats like to sleep with us, but there's another side to the story. Sharing a bed with your pet isn't always the best idea. First, there's the hygiene factor. Cats walk across floors, explore the outdoors, and use a litter box. This means they can easily bring bacteria, dirt, or even parasites right into your sheets. Second, it can be a real issue for anyone with allergies or asthma. Cat fur and dander are potent allergens, and spending the whole night in close contact can seriously flare up your symptoms. Then there's the sleep disruption. Cats are notorious for waking their owners up, whether they're pacing across your chest, purring loudly, or demanding a snack in the middle of the night. This leads to shallow, interrupted sleep, which can leave you feeling exhausted the next day. Finally, it can actually be unsafe for the cat, especially if they're still a small kitten. You could accidentally roll over on them or knock them off the bed while you're deep in sleep. So, before you let your pet move in for the night, weigh the pros and cons. Make sure it's an informed decision that's truly comfortable and safe for both of you. So, let's wrap things up. As we've seen, your cat's desire to sleep with you is much more than just a cute habit. It's a complex behaviour driven by a whole range of factors. It goes back to their basic instincts, seeking the same warmth and security their wild ancestors once did. It's also about deep psychology, rooted in total trust, affection, and even a sense of maternal care. There are social elements at play too, like their need for attention, their love for routine, or even a little bit of jealousy. And of course, there's the territorial side of things. It's their way of claiming you as their most prized possession. To your cat, you aren't just an owner, you are their ultimate source of comfort, protection, and love. Every time they curl up beside you, they're telling you all of this without saying a word. It's their way of showing that you are a vital part of their life and their family. And while sharing a bed might have its downsides, for most of us, The value of that unique bond far outweighs any minor inconveniences. Thanks so much for watching until the end. I hope you've gained some new insights into your furry friend's world. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our future deep dives into animal behaviour. Now, I want to hear from you. Where does your cat usually sleep? And have you noticed any of the behaviours we talked about today? Share your stories in the comments. I'd love to read them.